Hey everyone at Bikram Yoga Danvers, Maureen Bakis, recording a little recap of the theme of the month, which is for February, which is attention. And I connected it with love for Valentine's Day because when you can understand your own attention and intentionally give it to yourself and pay attention to others, it is really a gift. It is a gift of connection within your relationship with yourself is bound up in how much you pay attention to yourself, the ways you pay attention to your experiences and who you are, as well as other people. We aren't really fully healthy as individuals unless we are paying attention to and authentically connecting with other people and forming healthy relationships. So attention is one of the foundational resources that we all have, which is why I wanted to start the entire Wellness Center thematic monthly thing with attention, because I think it's a critical wellness resource. Everything else going forward will build on attention, especially as we get into breathing, breath work, to regulate your nervous system, just to increase your physiological wellness, mental and physical wellness, and improve your fitness, which is another one of our goals at the studio, wellness and fitness. So, and also obviously to decrease illness and dis-ease. So attention and love, we started off with that on February 4th. That was the first workshop. And all of what I covered in the workshop is online at landscapesforlearning.com on the Wellness Resource tab. You can read about the things that we talked about in terms of attention, the attention challenge. What I did in the workshop was just to define attention. Attention is really selective. We can't pay attention to everything at once. So it really does get narrowed, and we must control and manage what we are paying attention to. And if you just think about that, it means we're sort of making choices all the time about what to pay attention to, what things to ignore, how to zoom in our attention and then make it more panoramic. So we talked a little bit about that. We talked about the fact that attention is a gift, as I just mentioned before, in terms of connection to self and others. One of the key components that I mentioned as well was paying attention is different than judgment, or placing value on what it is you're paying attention to. Sometimes those get mixed up, conflated. So it really takes a lot of slowing down, stopping, paying attention to just attention. Attention is like a spotlight. So attention isn't the thing in the spotlight, it is the spotlight itself. So if you think about that, it's a kind of like you can kind of just pay attention to something, say it's a person speaking, and hold in that space and allow whatever's happening to sort of unfold, and you're just paying attention. You're not thinking, you're not judging, you're not evaluating, valuing, or not what it is that you're focused on, more so just paying attention to your own attention. You can notice where your attention wanders when you intentionally attempt to focus on it. That's basically meditation in a nutshell. So we talked about that. And then the other key part of the attention is, watching yourself and auditing your attention. What is it that you're paying attention to? Where are you spending your attention? And you can kind of follow yourself and do a little audit. That was one of the activities that you could choose to do. Choosing to aim at what matters most really is about your values, and your values are the thing that ought to structure your life, your days, what you're paying attention to most, and living in alignment with your values more intentionally. So that's another reason why it's important to not only understand what attention is, your own attention, where it's going, where you're spending it, because you want to make sure that you're headed in the right direction, that you're aiming where you really want to be aiming. And it's a good idea to kind of reflect every once in a while and see if that is the case. So, if you think about the opposite of attention, inattention, scattered attention, being aimless, right? Not aiming forward at something. You're kind of directionless, right? And when you're directionless and without purpose or moving towards something or aiming at something, the nervous system doesn't like that. It's kind of chaotic. Or you can feel stuck, just like not able to move forward in any particular direction. The brain we're a sensory motor system. We're designed to move forward, to grow, and to learn in order to survive and to thrive. So that's why we start with attention. It's really pretty basic. And this is Wellness Resource Center. You have resources. Your attention is one. When we pay attention to the breath, and this is the second little mini workshop I did just quickly for 10 minutes in between classes last Saturday. I think it was, the 18th. I just basically mentioned to the people in the class that there are a number of ways to breathe and to start to pay attention to breathing. I mentioned as an example of when people have panic attacks, it's not only trying to help them breathe in a way that is helpful for calming, it's also the shifting of attention away from the maybe thoughts that are causing more panic to the breath. Okay, it's to anchor your attention as well. So attention and breathing are really linked in that way. And you'll see when we get into the mindfulness stuff how that's actually true. That's how you expand your awareness, by paying attention on purpose without judgment. And so that's a way to be mindful. So that's what's coming up in the future, mindfulness. But I just wanted to kind of recap. We did a little bit on attention. We did a little mini breathwork workshop. All of those materials available to you. This morning when I woke up, I always listen to the Andrew Huberman, the Huberman Lab podcast. And today's episode, and today is, what is today? Monday, the 20th of February. At the Huberman Lab podcast, he did an entire episode, 2 hours, all about breathing, the mechanics of breathing, the chemistry of breathing, your respiratory system, the neural network of breathing, how it works, and then a whole bunch of behavioral tools, meaning resources that you have. You have your own breaths, the ways to control your breathing, and to monitor your breathing and to improve it, to improve your wellness. So I put that link under the Wellness Resource tab. You can check that podcast out. I really, really encourage you to do that. He does a couple little exercises, and it's really great. Finally, the last piece to wrap up is on the front desk at the studio, there is a lay of the landscape lifestyle assessment form. And this is sort of just it's a pretty long assessment that you can take with you just to sort of check in with yourself about your health, mental, physical, spiritual even, and to kind of get a lay of the landscape of your inner landscape and your external environment. And, trying to find some strengths and trying to look for some deficits, some aspects of your life and yourself that you might want to start to pay more attention to increase your wellness. So you can take that home, give it to people that you know. And I know a lot of you have all these resources and are, you're on it, but, pay it forward. Share the Wellness Resource Center materials and workshops with people that you think could really use it. You guys are coming to the studio doing your yoga, taking Pilates and, the X3 class and really trying to, you're focused on your wellness, but I'm sure you know people who don't have the same resources, or maybe they don't quite have the information that could be useful to them. So please pass these things along. Hopefully this will, invite more people into the studio as well. So that's it. And I'm not sure what the theme is going to be for March yet. I haven't quite nailed that down, but as soon as I do, it'll be posted on the site and you'll get an email from James. All right, everybody, take care. I hope this is helpful to you and the people that you care about. Please feel free to pay all of this forward to anybody you think could benefit from it. All right, have a great day.